Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back to some more Rome 2 madness, as we have Rome going into battle against Carthage, and they brought with them some beasts of war. They brought some of their own elephants to sort of, get that sweet, sweet revenge on the ancestors of, the ancestors of Hannibal, and, they just want to, basically rub it in, the salt in the wounds, and try and, prove that, they can use elephants just as well as those Carthaginians did against them years ago. And it looks like Praetorians already getting hit pretty hard here. They burn up. These guys are getting, as they march into battle, actually using a gallery, which I never see get used in a Rome 2 siege, but it's supposed to be designed to protect the unit, but the unit's very much not being protected, it seems. That's for sure. And yeah, artillery is still going off. Yeah, I don't really know what the purpose of it is, because the Praetorian's way behind the gallery, which is really odd. But there you go. But yes, in the battle here today, we do have a glorious 3v3. We have Rome, we have Kush, and we have the Seleucids. Three superpowers going up against Ardii, Egypt, and Bactria. So yes, pretty good factions on the defense as well. Bactria and Egypt, Hellenic factions probably bring a lot of sort of like Thorax and Thurios units. And then Ardii have some pretty good sort of Javi units themselves, and the Marines, and their hoplites also really good at holding the line. So yeah, they could be a real danger to the elephants. They are only auxiliary elephants. So yeah, they're not exactly like the armored ones that like the Seleucids. And Bactria could bring if they wanted to. So yeah, that is a shame, but I'm sure we'll see plenty of madness anyway. And this is supposedly a really close battle. So yeah, definitely get yourselves some snacks, get yourselves some drinks, and prepare for some Rome 2 siege madness. And it looks like Rome has made a breach with his tortoise. They did open a breach as well with a large artillery. Like Rome brought a large onager, like a heavy onager, which seemed a bit odd because yeah, Rome could just bring tortoises and just make the breaches anyway. It looks like he is trying to use the onager to maybe try and hit some units in the back here, but it doesn't seem like much in the way of damage has been done. Yeah, literally 0 kills, so it seems a bit of a waste to bring it when you could just use the tortoises. But here we go. Hillman holding the front line as Rome goes in. It's going to be some gladiator spearmen to go in first, which have relatively good melee attack skills. They actually are, yeah, pretty deadly on the attack. 45 for a spear unit, it's pretty good. But yeah, very low armor, so they are easy to focus down and kill off. And then we have, Praetorian Guard already coming in, and Legionary Cohort. I mean, Praetorians being thrown in first is a bit risky from Rome, because if you are to lose those, it means you only got worse troops to send in. That you're sending in the best of the best first. And they're going up against Hillman. Not exactly a tough opposition for them. Just send something a bit weaker, like the Gladiator Spearmen. They could deal with these guys. Yeah, now they're throwing jabbies at something. They're throwing jabbies into the side of that Legionary Cohort over there, which is already down to 77. And Roman's setting in his elephants really early on here. That is, not a good idea, because the defenders have all their ammo still. These elite Persian archers, I'm sure, we're going to start to turn their fire onto the elephants. Just a few fire arrows, and that will be all they need to get rid of those elephants. And yeah, the Bactrian Hillman going into melee with the Praetorian Guards. And they're already been routed, and the elephants go in as well. Surprisingly, they're going to go into the next line, which is really good. We'll see. Maybe this early play from the elephants will work, but there's a lot of stakes here. I mean, my gosh, they are preparing for anti-elephants. Already going berserk. That's going to do damage now to the gladiator spears and also the Praetorians. We'll see if the Praetorians drop too much. But yeah, the elephants at 68 kills, not masses of kills. Yeah, if they turn around, they might get a few more on these Bactrian Royal Guard that are now coming in. 70. The Praetorians haven't taken too much in the way of casualties by the looks of it. But yeah, absolute chaos at the start of this Rome 2 siege. Yeah, we've got slingshots coming in as well. It looks like more arrows. They're just trying to kill these elephants as quickly as possible. I mean, the Rome player, if he starts to take too much damage, can just kill the elephants off himself. It's his own kill switch. We've got levies here. I didn't realize you could bring them. Yeah, 90-man unit of levies. I feel like that's... I don't know if you can bring them. I don't know if that's like they've glitched to get them. There you go. The elephants have killed themselves off. I think they got about 80 odd kills there. They didn't get masses. And now the Praetorians are stuck in combat with the Bactrian Royal Guard and Thorax. And you've got Legionary Cohort in here. This is a better fight for Rome already. Just a solid, proper infantry fight. Rome's also got Legionary Cohort over here. In Testudo, absorbing as much fire as possible. A good formation that they can use if they need to. And Kush is setting in his troops as well. Kush and Rome fighting together is a nasty combination. Kush and Rome usually face off against each other because Kush is anti-Rome. Their armor piercing means that they usually can kill off Rome and legionaries like a hot knife through butter. But today, it's thorax swords, which is they'll do just as well. A fairly armored unit, and yet already slaying these guys. Very nicely done by the Shotels. It looks like got a lot of Shotels and slave infantry coming over here. Good strategy from Kush. Bring the slave infantry, let them absorb the sort of like the projectiles, like the javies, and then send in the Shotels to get the actual kills. Galatian swords coming forward as well to try and contest with them. And Seleucids have gone through a breach over here as well. They've used a tortoise, but they're being held back. There's a lot of Seleucids in here. A lot of Royal Peltas being thrown in. 2 Royal Peltas and 2 Hillmen. A lot blobbing up there trying to break through a couple of thorax swords. And it looks like some sort of attempts being made here as well to break through. Looks like it might have been an archer unit actually. Yeah, I think there was a Persian light archer by the bodies there that has tried to go through the gate and has been killed. Whether that was pathfinding issue, I don't know. But yeah, Seleucid's wasting some archers by the looks of it. And they're fighting on the walls over here. And it's definitely not going in their favor to these thorax of the Egyptians are going to beat the Seleucid ones. And looks like it's the same on this side here. Galatian swords look like they're going to rout these thorax at the moment. The archer support and the projectile support from the Javis seems like it's working in favor of the defenders. Rome's still challenging Bactria down here. The Bactrian Royal Guard are about to lose. And then after that, it's RDI's turn to try and stop Rome, who's he's been using, it looks like, slave slingers here to try and, hold back the Romans. Rome is kind of like in a 2v1 right now, Bactria and RDI. Kush needs to start really influencing and helping the Roman player out. He sort of is with the Shotels here. He could go through. There's a gap ready. I don't know what's happened to the Bactrians, but they've rotated. And the Romans have encircled them. The Shotels can start working on destroying these barricades. Egypt is desperately trying to hold on to this breach point. It's like it's a do or die at this breach point for him, it seems. Galatian Royal Guard next into the line, and Seleucids having to throw in more as well. We've got Thorax going in. There's too much in there. It's a perfect blob for the archers to focus down. As some Cretan archers are being focused down by the Persian light archers there of the Seleucids, removing them off the battlefield. And now they need to turn targets and aim at something else. Probably shoot at these Egyptian units down here trying to hold. There's 3 spears now in the line as well. There's a huge blob of Seleucids down here fighting the Egyptians. And also the Shotels over here surrounding these thorax. Really nicely done there. Shotel warriors working together, slaying a bunch of these guys. And like I said, they need to now start thinking about destroying these barricades. They can start working on the next line. I don't know if these Illyrian hoplites will be able to hold the Shotels really in place, since they're also fairly well armored. Like 105. That's the armor piercing there of the Shotel warriors will be pretty damn strong. I think that's why they're getting a lot of the targeting from the slingers, because they know that Kush is probably the danger man. Over here, Shotel warriors are beating these Galatians, but the Galatians are a better counter, a low armor unit. Celtic factions are always the way to go if you're going to try and counter Kush. Like Arverni, pretty decent. Suevi is the optimal faction to use. Iceni as well probably is okay. But yeah, they're the sort of factions you want to use to counter the Kush players, and because Kush doesn't get that armor piercing bonus. Yep, the Galatians now are starting to cave. They are, at the end of the day, just a medium melee infantry unit against a heavy melee. They are eventually going to just die. Anyway, just the quality is just much better. 3 spears are being sent in to try and hold the line. You can always just try and javi Shotels down. They don't have the greatest of armor. 75, which is it's okay, but it's nothing incredible. I think even like a Thorax has, a Thorax has 75 actually. So it's the same as them. And the Thorax die like dogs very easily. But yeah, they're holding on here. Seleucid's sort of broken out. It looks like the Galatians are carving through these Hillmen though. And these Royal Peltas are starting to run out of fight. There are more of them ready to go, but Seleucids seem like they've spent a lot of their stuff, and they're going through like tough positions. They're going through gates and also a breach point. And they're through the gate now. They need to rush in, try and surround these Galatian Royal Guard, and just trying to help your own comrades out. Make the job a lot easier. There you go. I think finally Seleucids might be able to do that. We'll see. And Micro certainly could do with being a bit better. Rome now looks like he's throwing his full weight on to Bactria, while it looks like Kush is going to have the job of dealing with Ardii. And the Seleucid Egyptian rivalry continues. The successor war battle is continuing. I mean, technically Bactria is a successor faction as well. But Rome, they don't care. They want to be the successor of Alexander, really. Trained legionaries here doing absolute work. Hillman going in as well. You can see Praetorians still down here. Bodyguards of the Emperor still doing their bit. I think we've got Praetorian Guard and Praetorians. They're two different types. Same, just different eras. Illyrian hoplites in as well. They're going to help, give a bit of a backbone to this front. But it is just a lot of spears holding the line here. It seems like Bactria, and Ardii, both pretty much spear factions. Bactria's got thorax swords available, but its Royal Guard are its best infantry, and they brought a lot of them. Yeah, they got thorax pikes here, so that is interesting to see. Well, will Rome be held in place by the thorax? Potentially. I mean, missiles obviously can counter pikes quite quickly, but Rome doesn't seem like he's got a lot of them available. He's got like Syrian archers which are in melee, which they definitely have not run out of ammo by now, so why they're in melee I don't know. And the levies back here, so Rome might be defeated by one singular thorax pike here, potentially. Kush has got archers, he's got Royal Kushite archers back there. They look like some of them are shooting, don't know what at, maybe the hoplites up here. And yeah, and then the infantry. Oh, actually, their archers are all the way over here as well. So, yeah, they definitely can't support against the thorax pikes right now. So they might be okay. But, yeah, Egypt seems like he's actually getting knocked aside. I don't know how much Egypt's got left. More thorax swords coming forward, a weakened one. But it does seem like Ardii is also now having to help out against Seleucids. But, like I said, Seleucids seem like they spent a lot of their resources. They've still got, like, reasonably healthy units. Like, I mean, I'd say half strength. And a couple of full strength ones, but yeah, they're running out of resources themselves. Got like a couple of units left outside. The archers will still have ammo, I'd imagine. Yep, their bows are still out, which is always a sign that they are still with ammo. If they have a sword out, then that usually means that they have run out of ammo. Finally, these Egyptians on the wall are being defeated. It seems like it's required the Shotel warriors up here to be the ones to defeat them. Again, that thorax armor just isn't enough to stop the Shotels. The Shotel warriors over here as well. Again, Illyrian hoplites just don't seem like they're strong enough to stop the curved blades. I don't know what you really call them. The Kushites have. They're very scary looking. It's like a scythe it is that they hold. Fighting the Marines here, which is one of the strong units that are in the jabbing point blank range now. Look at that, and they're going to get some easy kills. But this is one of the units that you can bring as Ardii. You can spam these guys out, and they have so many precursor Javis that you can get so many kills with them. It's a very, very good unit to bring. I think the pikes are in combat here. Yeah, thorax pikes are in. We've got 2 units of them here, actually. Wow. Yeah, okay, and we've got a lot of Bactrian Royal Guard in here. The thorax pikes yet to lose a man, both of the units here. And the archer fire coming in from the Cretan archers here of Egypt is getting a lot of good kills. See how many kills they're on. 74 now. So many more they get. Yeah, about almost another 20 each volley. And they are just shooting into the backs of these Praetorians and Legio cohort. And Rome is losing this fight. He cannot stay here. He's going to have to fall back. And there you go. The call has been given. Praetorians are running for their lives. They're getting shot as they go. pikes and the spears will hold on for now. There you go, a good victory there for the Bactrians. Oh jeez, that poor guy getting shot by an archer tower. They're on their side, aren't they? I guess unless they... Yeah, no, that one's captured by Rome. Very much not on their side. They could if they wanted to, Bactria, if they had the troops, which I don't think they... Oh my gosh, how many pikes did they bring? They definitely brought 3 at least. My gosh, Bactria is going hard on the pikes. I don't know if that's a rule break. I don't know what the rules were. Usually it's 1, 2, 4 are the rules. That's 1 artillery, 2 pikes, and then 4 range. It's usually the rule set for most Rome 2 games. But whether, because I don't know if they were in a VC or whether they were just playing in random lobbies. But I guess now with no game chat, you won't really be able to, you know, instill those rules. You kind of just have to put it in like the game name, and that's it. There you go, Cav coming in from Kush, getting a good charge there into those Cretan archers, which have been causing so much pain for Rome. It also looks like archers from Kush were dealing with them as well. But now there's Cavs in behind, I mean, there's only 28 of them left. They could run all over the place. They could go for the cap point, which is all the way over here in the case of the Carthage map. You just go and try and take this guy who's displaying his butt. But yeah, you could go and, over there and go and deal with that if they wanted to. Or they could just, you know, keep being a pain, go try and get more archers. I don't think there are many more. Hammer and anvil some combats. I mean, it does seem as though Kush is dealing with these guys pretty effectively. They have broken through here pretty much. I mean, yeah, they pushed the hoplites to the side, and now they could race up more units if they want to try and get in. I mean, I keep being aggressive, like Kush, like they have health units here. Just be aggressive on the thorax. Try and break through. You have the ability. Help out your Seleucid ally, who is right now getting a lot of missile fire against them from Illyrian Marines. These rolled peltas are dropping. They're getting good kills, these Marines. And the Illyrian hoplites are dying. But it is only because there's 4 units of like Seleucid infantry in here. 3 of them roll peltasts. They're nearly dead though. I don't know, but he hasn't formed a hoplite wall either, which is not helping him. So he's using hoplites but incorrectly. He needs to form up in a hoplite wall and just sort of hold his ground. Then allow missile units to just do the work. Rome over here is now being very passive after being so aggressive since minute 1 of the siege. He's now being defensive. He's putting up his testudos, and he's just kind of standing here and daring Bactria to counterattack him, while Kush is now also being really aggressive. He's getting hammer and anvils here with the thorax, and his desert cav has done a very good job there. The Ptolemaic cavalry, the general, but Egypt is now going to try and, I guess, deal with that cav, which it might. At the same time, that Shotel warrior is now going to be in melee against that general. And this is a risk from Egypt. I don't know if Egypt's really got much left. It might be his last unit here, the general. The cav could just keep chasing the Ptolemaic general. And they can try and kill him off. Just stay with the Shotels. Yeah, if I was Kush now, I'd be pushing hard here, getting behind these Illyrian Marines, which are being carved up right now by royal peltasts. There you go. They're being surrounded. Kush is coming in and doing his bit, helping out his teammate, as he should. 104 kills. And they're still fairly healthy as that unit, they're 96. I mean, yeah, some of these Shotel units are getting some big kills. I can't really find any. 151, I mean, that's pretty decent. Did you bring in the armored ones, which are even worse? They're the best Shotel units available. Yeah, he's got 3 of them. Very nice. Rome's general's taking quite a bit of a battering as well. 19 out of 30. What happened to him? Got pikes as well for Kush. So they've got their medium pikes. So they might use those. I don't think the defenders have much in the way of missile capability left. Well, as I say that, slave slingers appear. More thorax. How many thorax pikes did they bring? I don't know. They might be just mixing them about. I think it is still just the 3. They've just been running them around. Definitely count 3 in this area here. Don't think they've sent any anywhere else. They are. Bactria's like really stacked up here with all his units, and he's looking really good, really confident. But yeah, Kush and now Seleucus can push on here towards where the Egyptian general is. And then they can just keep on looping around. There is a long way you can go. You can loop around, and then you can get to the cap point. And I don't know if there's anything defending there for the defenders. Like, they could just keep sneaking on around. And Bactria, they'd be forced to retreat. Which I think RDI might have realized is why he's pulling back his Illyrian hoplites. It's hard to say. The test judo here. Looking glorious. Got rank upon rank of test judo. But yeah, I think now Kush is probably going to play slow. I mean, you could either shoot into the thorax here, or I'd shoot into the sides of the ones down here. Probably, yeah, this one with 80 out of 20. Just focus down with your Kushite archers here. This thorax pike, yeah, it's losing like 20 men a volley. Very good. Nice side shots. And then Rome can re-engage. Knowing that this pike's pretty much been defeated. Yeah, down to 40. And no kills as well. Incredible. I mean, really, the Bactrian's going to have to be aggressive here and try and just force Kush into a fight where he's got to face the pikes of Bactria. Whether we'll see that, I don't know. Rome has gone in again. He sent in some legionaries to fight these archers. Not exactly a big fight, but just a small one. First sort of engagement Rome's had in a little while. And well, will Rome send in more? I don't know. Praetorians going in as well by the looks of it. 27 of them. Yeah, Rome is kind of bleeding. And there you go. They are being aggressive. They've got to send forward the pikes as well. They might as well. That's why they're here. I don't think Shotel agree with pikes, even if they are thorax ones. There you go. Looks like Shotel's doing fine for now. We'll see in a moment if that changes with the thorax pikes going into melee. But yeah, as you can see, the Shotels, the Kush, can just flank around. Like, they're going to need to pull out a Bactrian royal guard here and block this spot if they want to carry on fighting here, Bactria. Because right now they are fighting in a place that is not really sustainable. Thorax going in a lot. I mean, the stacking up here of Bactria is incredible. I never enjoy seeing more than maybe one, at best 2 units in a fight together if I'm a player. Like, Rome's been doing it as well. Like, you can see here, 5 units of Romans going into combat against 3 Bactrians. They're just wasting the energy of your troops. You're just tiring them out, and they're not all getting to the front lines anyway. And in the case, I'd say a thorax pike and a Bactrian royal guard, that's all you'd need. Just trying to block each other off. But yeah, it's not a good position anyway to hold the pikes, because they're getting good side shots of the Kushite archers here. And they're absolutely destroying these pikes. Look at this one's got 77 kills. It's done some work. A little too late, but it looks like we're going to see slave singers dash across the top of this wall here, and they're going to try and mount up here. Then I guess when we deal with the Kushite archers, they'll just help against the Roman fight down below. But yeah, Kush as well, setting in the Shotel warriors, now side charging. He's actually got into the pikes. Yeah, Bactria is not really in a position now to retreat. He's got his general, I think, left. I don't know if there's much left after that. Egypt's still fighting over here. It's actually general v general. Kush versus Egypt. I don't know. Yeah, both actually are very heavy. I thought Kush's general for some reason was a heavy or a medium. I didn't think it was very heavy, but there you go. And they're getting stuck in. I think Aegis was a little banged up earlier from fighting the Kushite Cav, and we also have armored Shotel warriors going into melee. They're going to try and help support their own general in that fight. Seleucids, after, you know, I'd say not wasting, but making it very tough for themselves, I think, with this assault. Just kind of sitting back. And same with Kush, really. They've got a lot of troops just in reserve, not doing a lot, not about a lot of activity, because they don't need to. Bactria is kind of like how they've got themselves set up. It's just a game of attrition now. I don't know what happened to RDI and to Egypt. They might be out of troops, or maybe they're just at the final cap point waiting. Bactria doesn't want to wait around. He wants to die fighting, being aggressive by looks of it. And there you go. The pikes are gone, and the Royal Guard are gone for Bactria, and now the Kushite forces can get into the back of this Bactrian Royal Guard. They don't really need to. It's already exhausted and losing decisively. And the Romans are fighting on the wall against slave slingers, silencing them as well. Roman infantry here, cutting down slaves. What the Romans love to do, kill slaves. Or watch slaves kill each other, in the case of gladiators. There must be, I mean, look at the time left. Yeah, I was going to say there must be forces left. And yet Egypt and RDI are still here at the final stand. And Egypt has pikes as well here. Here's thorax pikes. And also looks like some thorax infantry, potentially. So yeah, Egypt still has troops left. Why didn't they tell Bactria to retreat? I don't know. Bactria had so many forces left, and he's got left to fight Rome and Kush on his own. And he's been punished for it. While if he retreats to the final spot, maybe they could have held a bit better there. There you go, Bactria Royal Guard dead, and I think that's Bactria finished. And now it is just Egypt and RDI. Somewhere in here. Balanced power, very much in favor of the attackers. I don't know if they can turn this around. The defenders will have to see. There is just so many health units still left. I mean, the Shotels, the armored Shotels, sorry, are well and truly healthy. Only this one's also 8. And it's not even got any kills. It must have been shot as it came in. And then there's still tiny little Shotel units. And the pikes, still healthy for Kush. I mean, Seleucus has still got some pretty healthy Royal Peltas as well. And here we go. I mean, if I was Seleucus, I'd put my Persian archers up here on this ridge. I'd just start shooting into the space down below. It looks like, yeah, the mercenary Cretans are going to do that to the Seleucids. So the Seleucids should just respond and blast these Cretans. I don't know if Egypt plan to keep these guys in reserve, but I never like the idea of just keeping troops in reserve. It's negative, and it's kind of like, I feel like not accepting defeat, but it's like, you're like feeling like you don't have the ability to micro to save your troops. I mean, we're about to see a great charge here, I think, from the Ptolemaic Cav. The archers, yeah, having a retreat, but the Royal Peltas, I think, will just about save them. There you go, they're saved. But yeah, if you like keep troops in reserve, it's like, oh, I can't micro to my men backwards. I'm just gonna have to send them in and die. I don't know, maybe showing a little bit of a lack of skill. But also, it's just negative in the sense I feel like that, like, you're like sending your army in piecemeal, like bit by bit, and you're going to lose troops. You're gonna lose some of your army, maybe weaken the enemy, or not really at all, because the enemy's faced like half your army instead of the full thing. Lyra Noble's here, now ready to go in. I mean, like, yeah, look at these guys. These are really elite troops that RDI could have done with earlier. He's got like 4 units of them, and he's got a general, so that's gold chevron, my gosh. I mean, they've done some damage, that's for sure, but I mean, Kush, and I feel like even Rome and the Seleucids, I think even Rome and the Seleucids have assets left that can deal with this. We'll see what happens. Maybe the Egyptians and the RDI will make a pretty strong defense. I mean, they've got some good units left. Galatian Royal Guard. I just don't don't like the whole, oh, I'll leave stuff at the back. Maybe if it's an elephant, I'd understand, or a chariot. But if you leave like elite infantry and the pikes, I think leave them a bit further back of your main front line. If you have like infantry back and archers kept in reserve, it just seems negative because you're going to lose the archer fight to start with. Like these Cretans here are obviously now losing the archer fight because the archers are in a 3v2, and the only reason they're in a 3v2 is because they won the archer fight earlier in the battle when they were facing the rest of the Egyptian archers. You're always in just like a deficit. Yeah, the Javi's coming. I mean, these thorax pikes shouldn't be stood here on their own. They're just asking to get javied, and especially by things like Thorios spears. They're slowly dropping. They just have to punch through his armor, but once they've done that, the thorax will drop very quickly, like we saw with Bactria. Here we go, Rome's engaged over here. Well, actually, RDI's engaged Rome. Again, hasn't gone into hoplite formation, which is, you know, is hoplites do better in hoplite formation. That's what they're there for. I'll be interested to see how many kills these hoplites got at the end of the game. I mean, Rome is pretty bad. Rome has definitely not played the game, I'd say, as well as he could. I think he just kind of like sent in his troops in a bit of a mad rush, and he lost the elephants so early. I mean, imagine having the elephants now. Your opponent's got like no missile capability left. Those elephants would be pretty safe. Romans are losing though. These Illyrian nobles don't mess Illyrian noble, hoplites don't mess about. It's next to it is the Chotels, and like I said, a fair amount of them are still very healthy in their 90s and 80s. It's pretty good strength to have left. And then the Chotel armored Chotels have got to go in. There's a gap in the line here as well. If they could form column, the Kushite player, you could then just go straight through, engage the general below. I think he is. I think there you go. He's found the gap, and he's going to go through. There you go. The Chotels are through that gap. And now they have to engage this Illyrian noble hoplite here. Well, or maybe not. So they're getting stuck, maybe partly going through. These Illyrian noble hoplites here, fighting them in the back. And the armored Chotel, I don't know what's happened there. I think Pathfinding's had a bit of an issue. And there you go. The general's gone in trying to deal with those Chotels. We'll see whether he can. Egypt on this side here, still fighting on strong. It's 2 pike units left. Jeez, they brought so many pikes. And I don't think they've used any of them that well. This one has got 50, 60 kills. There's archer kills. Galatia's still fighting on in here, doing a good job actually. They kill Seleucid's general off. Maybe they could cause a mass rout. They're pretty low on stuff at the Seleucids. We'll see. General, I think, has gone in the Ptolemaic cav. He's just charged on in. He needs to be careful as well. He doesn't lose his general. He's still alive for now. And there you go. General recently died for Seleucids. Where? Oh, he's in this combat, of course. So yeah, General has died in here fighting the Galatians. So Seleucids now without a general. Maybe they'll mass rout. I don't know. I don't think the Historios are going to mass rout. The swords might, though. Let's see. And RDI has helped push the Kushite Chotel swords all the way back to sort of their start line. They're losing. These guys are losing to Illyrian Noble Hoplites. It's incredible. Egypt needs to be aggressive with these pikes. I don't know if these guys still have javies left, but you can't just stand here. I mean, these three spears are known for just throwing javies at you. As a pikeman, that's no worse fate than that, really. Kill Kush's general. That's a bit of a win as well. Galatians still hold. 160 kills and climbing. Can they get a second general? We'll see. Kush's general 35 in prolonged melee is probably not good for him. Archers here still firing. I mean, they're also getting shot by the Kushite archers way up on the cliffs there. Yeah, I mean, they can't stay there really, but they kind of also have to. And Kush has broken through over here. I don't think he even had to fight anyone. He just snuck on around. So he'll be able to get into the backs of those pikes if he wants to. And looks like RDI's also front line is starting to crumble. Someone else lost the general, I think. Could be wrong, but I think that's the case. Oh, it might be Egypt. Egypt, I think, has lost the general, and he's actually mass routed. And yeah, I think Galatians breaking because of army losses as well. Got to 172. This is not good for... oh, have they fallen back? The Egyptian pikes might have fallen back, or did they? Oh no, they just mass routed, of course. Egypt's mass routing, so yeah, they just got killed off. And I think now we're just going to see the last stand of RDI. They held for a little bit, but not that long really at the end. And I think Bactria should have retreated. If Bactria retreated and got these troops back to the final cap point, they really could have made the attackers bleed, I think, a little bit more. Instead, Bactria just kind of like tried to hold a position where he's holding 3 or 4 fronts, and he just got encircled in the end, and his army got killed off that way, along with also keeping his pikes in positions that allow them to easily get side-shotted. There you go. We have a costly victory for Kush and their allies. We'll have a quick look at the end results. I mean, Kush, it says a Pyrrhic victory, but Kush only lost 798 troops, and only brought about 2,000, so yeah. Didn't even lose half his troops. They've still got a very healthy army. So yeah, this was sent in by Mythic, who was playing as Kush. So thank you very much, man, for sending this one in. They really did do a great job. He got 130 kills here with his Royal Kushite archers, and then 194 with another one here. The armored Shotels getting 95 kills, 80 kills. Didn't really see much action. The pikes untouched. Shoto Warriors 157 kills, 260, 249, 289. Some very good kills with some of the Shoto Warriors here. And then we have Salty Peanut playing as Rome, 97 kills with the auxiliary African elephants. Nearly, you know, I'd say money's worth bringing them. I think if they get triple figures, they're okay. Then Roman Heavy Onager really shouldn't have bothered to bring this because he had the tortoises anyway that could knock down walls. But he brought it anyway, 99 kills. His archers, yeah, 91. He seemed to waste them. Legionary cohort, 111 kills. 205 with the Legionary cohort here. 147, 160 with the Praetorian Guard. And then we've got Stewie here playing as Seleucus. The final attack is Royal Peltas, doing very well. Most of them getting triple figures, apart from his general. We only got 14 kills, but 203 kills with the Royal Peltas, 181, 180, 188. Very, very good. Then we have Alex Tab playing as RDI, his general getting 115 kills. His Slave Slingers, 76. His Illyrian Hoplites, yeah, just got outclassed by those Shotels. The Marines, 73 kills, I think is the best in his Illyrian Noble Hoplites, 113 kills there. Then we have Casual Gamer, yeah, Bactria, only 800 kills, eesh, and he had such good units, some really good ones. You just need to form a lot more hoplite walls. There wasn't a lot of hoplite walls being made in this one. But yeah, his army, 82 kills, 95 with the Persian elites, 97 with the Bactrian Royal Guard, Pike 77. Yeah, real waste of an army here. I mean, you might be better for just bringing more Thorax instead, to be honest, instead of the Bactrian Royal Guard. Just for Javies, I think. And then you have Dan Guru playing as Egypt. The Ptolemaic Cav, 107 kills. Its Archers, 129, 114. Galatian Royal Guard, 206, 172. And then his Pike, 74 was the best. And his Thorax, 119. And then his Thoria Spears getting 90. kills. But there you go, guys. That is today's Rome 2 siege battle. It certainly was an interesting one. I did enjoy watching it. I definitely feel like the defenders made some mistakes by, splitting their armies, leaving some at the final cap point. Bactria holding his line when he should have just fallen back. But yeah, also the attack has been a few mistakes as well. I feel like Rome was way too aggressive with some of his elite units and the elephants. But in the end, Kush came in and clutched up, getting way over 2k kills and winning the battle for his side. But yes, do check out some of the videos appearing on your screen. You got some glorious ones there. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.